Taste of Ireland tour begins with in Dublin. There's 2 days in Dublin. We visited the essential sites in Dublin's fair city. You know, Ireland's a country of about 5 million people. About 1 million live in the vicinity of Dublin. We had some great food at the Old Storehouse. We visit the Guinness Storehouse as well. And then we go to some of the famous sites right there in Dublin's fair city. On the River Liffey, there's a famine memorial. We see the Book of Kells and the Trinity College Old Library. And this is visiting the Guinness Storehouse, where you get an authentic pint in this bar that's up above the ground about 7 stories.
Hey, your adventure starts right here with David McGuffin's Exploring Europe. You need to come to Dublin with me.
And then from there, we go one night we go to Glendalough.
Hey, David McGuffin here. Welcome to Ireland, County Wicklow, and St. Kevin's Monastery at Glendalough.
There are many of these monastic sites all over Ireland. The town of Kilkenny, they're famous for this Irish game of hurling, and of course, Bet Nancy. You're likely to find a pub and live music anywhere you go in Ireland. Really nice. I also enjoy taking to one of my favorite Italian restaurants this side of Tuscany in Kilkenny. It's called Rinuccini. And just some of the food and wine that we have here. A fantastic meal right there in the heart of Ireland. We visit Blarney Castle. You know, that's kind of hokey, but some people like to go up to the top of that castle and kiss the Blarney Stone, like Wanda here. Listen. You missed it.
That's it?
I got 2 kisses.
You probably get it.
If you don't want to climb into the castle, the Blarney Gardens are beautiful, and that's what I enjoy doing, is walking around there. Blarney House, Blarney Castle. There's the stables there with a cafe. It's wonderful and beautiful to go and visit. We'll just spend the afternoon there, and from then we go on down to the west coast of Ireland, the Dingle. This is the town of Dingan, or in Irish, I'm Dingan. Dingle Harbor and the bay. Everyone says that's their favorite destination right on that place. We do stay in one of these hotels right up here. That's Barter Strata at the top. But there are no shortage of pubs and restaurants in Dingle. Leslie, standing here, took this video with her phone. A couple in November, a few years. Yeah, I've never got it.
Hey, David McGuffin here, back in Ireland on the Slayhead Drive, my favorite place in all of Ireland, the southwest coast here on
we
the
always
Dingle
get out of our
Peninsula.
bus and
Behind
everybody
me
walks.
is the Atlantic
Because it is
Ocean
the
and
most
the great
beautiful sight.
Blasket Island.
And a little 1/4-mile walk in all of Ireland. Looking out to the Blasket Islands. That's a spyglass looking over to one of the places where the Star Wars movie series saga was filmed. One of my groups at that same area of Slayhead.
Hey, David McGuffin
And
here.
there we
Welcome
cross the
to
River Shannon,
County
going into
Clare,
County Clare,
Ireland, the Cliffs of Moher. A little bit sea fog today, windy, but really dry. So what a great day. It's a different experience every time I arrive here. Hope you enjoy this little look around the Cliffs of Moher.
By the way, folks ask about traveling in Ireland, Scotland, and Wales in the summertime. This is the summer, and you saw what I was dressed in. So if you are tired of being hot and sweaty south of the Alps in Spain and Italy, come on up to Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. It's beautiful and wonderful weather. Galway City. This young lady is what's known as a busker. they're allowed, I think 40 minutes in one spot. They have to move on off the street.
And these ghosts are treated like lovers and
Galway is on the west coast as well. To the north in County Galway is the cathedral on the River Corrib and one of the main streets. We stay here overnight, and then from there we take one day and go out to the Aran Islands of Fishmore. And this is one of the ring ports called Dunangus. You can see us all there. Again, in the summer, so it's nice and cool and chilly, but a beautiful place to go to the Aran Islands.
And these ghosts are treated like lovers and helping me at all. Baby, I'm still
You might think those are the
learning
cliffs of
how
Moher, but they're not. Those are the cliffs of Fishmore.
Baby, I'm still learning how to lose you. Baby, I'm still learning how to lose you. Baby,
Claddagh.
I'm still learning
Meaning of the Claddagh Ring. The Claddagh is a little neighborhood in Galway where the fisher once resided.
Thank you.
From there, that's the end of our Taste of Ireland tour. From that point on, our tour continues on to the north from Galway up to Westport, to Derry, to Portrush, to Belfast for another 4 days. And I'm kind of listing the prices on the side here because you can see the total cost that is our advertised cost, not counting your $100 discount if you want to get that in the next few hours. And then I've also listed the price per day because it's a pretty good value, and you can see the longer the tour, the fewer amount of dollars that it costs for that. Anytime you go into Northern Ireland or anything that has a sterling, pound sterling, the price goes up because the money value goes up with it, US dollars. This is Kylemore Abbey, which will be the first place we stop, and we'll visit this in the Connemara National Park. I think this is some video here. Yep.
Hi, David McGuffin here at Kylemore Abbey. I hope you enjoyed this look around an ancient monastery and a manor house. This neo-Gothic house, known as Kylemore Abbey, was built in the late 1860s by Mitchell Henry, a wealthy Englishman who built this abbey. From the abbey front door, it has magnificent views over the Connemara Mountains.
The abbey, the manor house, and everything is still an abbey by some sisters who came
from Kylemore
after
Abbey.
World War I.
Your adventure starts right here with David McGuffin's Exploring Europe.
And my favorite part, if the weather's nice, go down to the gardens.
Hey, I'm at the walled gardens at Kylemore Abbey. These gardens were planted in the late 1870s by Mr. Mitchell Henry for his wife. It's one of the massive gardens here on the estate.
That's peat or turf, which has been cut. And you can see those majestic mountains all around in the Connemara National Park.
Hey, David McGuffin here. We are at the Dulac Valley here in County Mayo, Republic of Ireland. This is a memorial here about a group of people who on March the 30th, 1849, marched down through this valley and many perished.
There was a whole lot more to that story, which you'll learn on that tour. We go to Westport as well, which is just a nice town to stop over in. It's the home of the Chieftains. Matt Malloy is one of the main members of the Chieftains, and that's his pub. And you often get to see him right there in person.
See the mill wheel over
We're
there?
leaving, going north. We're in the Northern Ireland now.
Bushmills.
Mills, famous for Irish whiskey. And maybe fishing. Who knows? That's their symbol. We also visit Londonderry or Derry, which is right on the border of Northern Ireland and Ireland. And back in the day of the Troubles in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, there was a lot of conflict between the Irish Catholics and the English Protestants or the Irish Protestants. Nowadays, it's perfectly safe to be there, but we take a walk around the walls with a local guide and get a little bit of that history and the history of the walled city itself. This is St. Augustine Church, or down here in Florida, we call it St. Augustine.
Hi, David McGuffin here on the far north coast of Ireland at the Giant's Causeway. I hope you enjoyed this 60-second look around this magnificent example of God's handiwork. Geologists say that some 60 million years ago, when the earth was forming and the tectonic plates were breaking apart, that a lava eruption happened in this area, and over a course of many thousands of years these basaltic columns formed as the Earth's core.
This place is amazing. The Giant's Causeway. And right near there is this little bridge.
David McGuffin here, kind of jogging along the Ulster Way. Behind me is the northern tip of the island here of Ireland. And there's a little brook bridge that goes out to the very tip where salmon fishers used to string their nets to catch the salmon coming across from the North Sea into the Atlantic.
The islands you can see in the background are Scotland. We're not far across there from Northern Ireland to Scotland. From there we go to Belfast, the big city in Northern Ireland, the home of the a big port, and also the place where the Titanic was built and constructed and left for its maiden voyage. We all know that it left Belfast, went to England, and then called in Queensferry down in Ireland, and of course sank in the Atlantic Ocean after hitting an iceberg. Belfast is also a wonderful city. It's very, very English Georgian, Victorian looking, with a lot of Georgian architecture as well, plus modern architecture. So we spend a couple of nights in Belfast here on this tour, and spend a whole day touring with a local guide here in Belfast City. And from that point, the tour ends, and it's a quick bus ride all the way back down to Dublin in about 2 hours and 45 minutes.